Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Today we're looking at women getting hit with reality checks and some brutally honest takes that the internet definitely wasn't ready for. This one's going to be entertaining, but let's get into it. Right after you subscribe, of course.
I think at this point, I'm accepting that, like, okay, no one's gonna, like, yearn for me. No one's gonna, love me in that way. And, like, that's fine. It's fine.
So it's obviously not fine, and I think we can all see that. But to the women that resonate with this, I need to just pop the bubble that some of y'all are living in, okay? This idea that your romantic relationships are supposed to include this deep, pining desire where you're just yearning for each other all the time, it's not real. It's not real. You're thinking of movies, TV shows, and books, okay? About romance, but that's not real life romance. In real life, a relationship is going to feel a lot more like your friendships and familial relationships. It's going to feel like that person loves you, cares about you, and does nice things for you sometimes. That's it. All the extra, the fireworks, the grand gestures, the roses, and that's really nice, and it will happen sometimes. But majority of the relationship is just going to be two people who like spending time together, doing normal things together, like laundry and going for a walk in the park. Maybe you'll hold hands and watch the sunset or something. But that's really it. Y'all are looking for, it's not there. It's not real.
Bro, did you catch that? She started with, I'm accepting nobody's gonna yearn for me, and then immediately had to explain why Hollywood sold everybody a fantasy. That's the crazy part. Social media convinced people love is supposed to look like a Netflix finale every single Tuesday. Nah. Most relationships are literally groceries, bills, bad Netflix shows, and arguing about where to eat. She's basically telling people, stop chasing fireworks and appreciate peace. And honestly, that's one of the rare reality checks you don't hear enough online.
What advice would you give to the men that fear rejection?
Don't worry about it.
Why don't women just follow that same advice?
Shit. It's different. We have different emotions.
Why don't women just follow the same advice?
You are so good at this, aren't you? Because men are supposed to be the aggressor. I am not an aggressor, so I'm a woman. I think men are more aggressive, so you should do the approaching. And let me stay in my soft girl area.
Women want to be chased. They don't want to do the chasing.
So, related to that, if women approaching men is seen as desperate, why wouldn't it also make men look desperate?
It's just a different ball game for men and women. Like, as a woman, if you're approaching a guy, you're not in your feminine energy, you're in your masculine, and right off the bat...
Well, why is anything that women don't want to do labeled masculinity?
And there it is, the classic script. Men should risk rejection because that's masculine. Women shouldn't because soft girl energy. Bro really asked one simple question and the whole argument started buffering. If approaching someone makes a man confident, why does it suddenly make a woman masculine? Funny how masculinity only becomes a problem whenever it's something women don't want to do. That's one of those conversations where one honest question does more damage than a 30-minute debate.
And as long as we continue to make these excuses, these complete BS excuses of it's okay, girl, be frivolous with your body. No, because most women don't want that life.
That's true.
Most women want a husband. Most women want family, not single motherhood, not baby mamahood. And so I am tired of the rhetoric. And sometimes it comes out and I sound frustrated and women don't understand my frustration. And granted, yes, I have my mom and my dad and all these things, whatever. But also, I'm telling y'all because I love y'all. My job is to be the bow. Yeah. My job is not to try. And that's the problem. Too many women are competing with their daughters. Too many of these old women are competing with the young women. Stop it.
We don't
want
to talk about that. We ain't ready to talk about that.
No, we should talk about that. We need to teach these young women how to be women, not hoes.
You want to know why women do that? Though, like when they
no, I don't want to know why. I don't care about the why. I want to be clear that we got to stop it. Who cares?
For sure. But the problem is the reason why women are like that is because they see their daddies and their kids. They hate the daddy, so they hate the kid.
There's so, I mean, there's
I mean,
literally
it's-
1,000 different
it's
reasons
layered,
why,
but
right?
that's
The why,
essentially what it is.
It's not about the why. It's about the fact that we need to stop being so delusional as women. We need to stop saying BS like I'm a 10. We need to stop saying BS like I don't need no man. We need to stop saying BS like black men ain't shit. We need to stop with the rhetoric, because the truth is we need each other. The truth is when a black family comes together, there is nothing more powerful. The truth is when we start, if we for 1 second would focus how these other cultures are focusing on coming together, do you know that we were set back over 400 years and we still caught up? Think about that.
I just feel like
No, don't feel like anything. I need you to hear me.
Okay.
We were set back over 400 years and we still caught up.
This clip is basically one long message saying, stop making excuses. Bro, every time someone tried explaining why the problem exists, she shut it down with, I don't care why, fix it. That's actually the interesting part. The internet loves diagnosing everything, but almost nobody wants to talk responsibility. Whether you agree with every point or not, she's arguing culture changes when expectations change, not when excuses get longer. And honestly, that's a debate people avoid because accountability isn't trending.
Story time. I was at a high school and there was a female student there with a tube top on and some shorts so short you can basically see her butt crack. I then looked at the male teacher, who happened to be an older black man, and said, do you guys not have a dress code? There's not enough administrators to really enforce it. I said, well, why don't the teachers enforce it? He said, ma'am, let me tell you something. Goes on to say to me, ma'am, I'm a few years from retirement and I don't need no problems. And the last thing I need is a report coming my way from a student counselor after I tell a little girl to cover up and she tries to make it seem like I'm being a pervert. You know what? Why don't you call her mother? And he says, ma'am, with all due respect, only thing that's going to happen if I call that girl's mother is a larger version of her is going to come up here, dressed the same, with the same level of maturity and the same disposition, yelling at me saying I'm looking at her daughter. Oh, and that's not all. I know a male driver trainer that ended up training a female driver, and when he did not give her the green light, she went in there and told them folks he failed her because she wouldn't sleep with him. She couldn't bag up. And then when they asked her to bag up, because you know it's like about 80% of the job, guess what the heifer couldn't do? That's not all. I know of a man that was in management, and there was an employee who had been written up several times due to altering her uniform to fit tighter, claimed that she hurt her arm. And she went to this said manager, as most employees do when they claim that they are hurt, and he looked at her arm and touched her arm. And he was then written up to HR for inappropriate touch by this said employee, who was almost out the door and being fired due to altering her uniform. One thing I can say, if women continue to weaponize their sexuality in this way in the West, you're going to see politicians and officials put forth policies to incentivize the removal of women in many sectors in the workforce.
Nah, this is actually wild. Every story points to the same conclusion. Men are learning that sometimes the safest move is doing absolutely nothing. Teacher, don't say anything. Manager, don't touch anything. Instructor, better have witnesses. That's insane. Whether every story is universal or not isn't even the point. The perception alone changes behavior. And once enough guys believe normal interactions can become HR cases overnight, guess what happens? Everybody keeps their distance. The incentive structure writes the script.
I'm a tall woman, and people don't prefer me because I'm tall. Sometimes it's because I'm taller than the man, and sometimes it's just simply because I'm tall. And I never think this deeply about why. I don't care. And I think that's my irritation. It's like men have this male entitlement that we as women need to explain our why. But when it's the other way around, I don't always receive that. I don't always get that. And I don't need it. I don't need it. And we all know what comes with being tall and woman in society. Well, you should know. Or maybe you just don't care. Maybe you don't care because you're not interested in tall women or women that are taller than you. Maybe you don't care. But people look at me as being more masculine simply because I'm tall. Not only am I tall, I'm on the thicker side. So people are going to project their stigmas. They may even be somewhat prejudiced or whatever the case may be. However, at the end of the day, they can unpack that and still feel how they feel, think how they think, and still choose who they want to choose. So that's my irritation when it comes to this. Like, I can sit here and unpack my reason behind why I don't want to date a bisexual man, and it's not going to change what I look to, what I'm interested in, and what I'm not interested in. Like, none of that is going to change anything. So I don't even know why people want to sit up here and have a conversation about it. It just gives low self-esteem. I wish I would get in the face of some man begging him, well, you need to unpack why you don't like tall women. You need to unpack why you don't like women that are taller than you. What the fuck do I look like? And then some of us just don't be up in the house thinking about shit that we're uninterested in, or thinking about people we're uninterested in. We don't think about people like that. Especially people that we're not thinking about. Like, that's another thing. It's like, I'm not sitting up in the house thinking about stuff that I'm uninterested in, or people that I'm uninterested in, and I'm just up in the house thinking about them like that. That's why this conversation, the undertone, it really gives insecure. It just gives like your insecurities are just loud on display. And then you bump into a woman like me who has faced similar things as you, and I'm not sitting up here crying, whining, and begging people about it. Like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. People still gonna do what they gonna do, and at the end of the day, you still gotta be you. And y'all think that you need to be accepted in every space. You need to be accepted by everyone. And it's just, you want people to be fake. You want people to be performative. You want people to put on this act to make you feel better about yourself. And that's fucking weird. That's like having men pretend like they're into me being that I'm tall when they're not. That is weird. You want people to be faking, future faking, and all of this stuff, leading you on to believe that they're really into you when they're really not. And this is why a lot of lesbians don't want to date bisexual women, because they have experienced that. But that's what y'all are really sitting up here begging for. Like, y'all want somebody to play in y'all's face, be fake, be performative, lead you on to believe in something, or to believe that they desire you, they're attracted to you, they're all for you when they're really not. When they're really not. And that's embarrassing. That is embarrassing, and it's pathetic. It's pathetic. Coming from a tall woman where people see me as masculine, that's pathetic.
Now this is refreshing. Bro, she's basically saying people like what they like. Move on. Imagine that. No investigations. No TED Talk, no demanding someone unpack their dating preferences like they're solving a murder case. She even admits people reject tall women, and instead of crying about society every 5 minutes, she's like, cool, next. That's called adulthood. The internet acts like every rejection needs a congressional hearing. Nah, attraction isn't democracy. Nobody owes anybody an explanation.
Why are we defending a man so hard? This was a common question, so I'm going to address it, and the simple answer is, I don't hate men. I have grave disdain for the patriarchy, but I don't hate men. I know a lot of great men. I have a lot of great friendships with men. I've had a lot of great romantic partnerships with men. And like, that's not abnormal, actually. Like, I'm not conditioned to believe that like all men participate in, manosphere behavior. None of the men that I know do. And I'll repeat, I don't hate men. I hate the patriarchy. I hate the hierarchical structure that imposes misogynistic values onto society. I hate the patriarchal systems that reinforce misogynistic values. I am not a gender essentialist. I am not of the opinion that men are not worth defending simply because they are men, or simply because they benefit slightly more than I do under the patriarchy, because the patriarchy harms them too. Misogyny harms them as well. I don't buy into being a girl's girl, and I'm not a guy's girl either. I'm a human being that recognizes other human beings and validates their unique lived experiences. So that's why I'm going so hard to defend a man. Y'all need to grow up.
Hold on. Did we accidentally find someone capable of separating men from ideology? That's rare these days. She spends the whole clip saying she doesn't hate men. She hates the system she believes encourages certain behaviors. Whether you agree with her definition of patriarchy or not, at least she's not doing the usual all men are the problem speedrun. That's already more nuanced than half of social media. Crazy how lowering the temperature instantly makes someone sound more reasonable. Sometimes that's all it takes.